The next feature that we're going to create is the slot. Notice that the slot isn't sketched on this face. I'll switch to a wireframe view to make this clear. If I were to put the sketch on this face, the cut would not come down vertically. It would instead extrude normal to the angled face. This isn't the result I want, so I'll need to take a different approach. Let me show you how that's done. Instead of starting a cut extrude on this face, or worrying about creating new planes, I'll start a cut on the same top face I sketched the other cuts on. Even though the face is not directly above where I want to place my cut, SOLIDWORKS considers it an infinite plane when it is selected for sketching. Because of this, I can create sketch geometry out in free space. What's happening is that I'm sketching on the same level as the face. So whenever you sketch on a face, keep in mind that the sketch geometry itself does not have to be confined to that face. It can be sketched anywhere on the infinite imaginary plane. I'll switch to a normal view orientation. The shape I want to cut out is quite simple. I'll first sketch a line coincident to the edge of the part, and then use auto transition by moving my pointer back to the end of the line, and out again to create an arc. When I place the end point of the arc, the line tool is automatically active again. I'll close the profile with the final line. Keep in mind that you have to completely close the profile to create this cut, so don't forget the final line segment. I'll add a 0.63-inch dimension to one of the sides, and a half-inch dimension to the arc. At this point, if I drag the sketch, you can see that it isn't fully defined and still has freedom to move along the edge. One of the design requirements for this part is to center the cutout on this edge. I want the slot to be exactly in the middle of the part. So what are my options to do this? Well, this edge is exactly 5 inches long, which we defined in the first feature. So I could very well put in a dimension from the edge to the center point of the sketch and dimension it to 2.5 inches, and the sketch is perfectly centered. However, if you recall from the earlier lesson on design intent, this would not be a very intelligent way to model the part. What will happen in the future if I need to change the length of this block to something other than 5 inches? This dimension would remain at 2.5 inches, which means the cut would no longer be centered on the block. Instead, there is a better way to center the sketch. I can use a center line as construction geometry. I'll first delete this dimension and select the centerline tool from the line tool dropdown. I'll start the center line at the midpoint of the edge. I'll find the midpoint by hovering my cursor while the sketch tool is active until the point appears. I'll sketch the line horizontally across the part, and the center line is pinned to the midpoint of the edge because of the automatic midpoint relation. How does this help me? Well, now I can take the center point of the sketch and simply drag it over to the center line. Cursor feedback appears, letting me know that I am directly on the line, and SOLIDWORKS automatically creates a coincident relationship between the point and the line. This sketch is now fully defined, and I've captured the relationship I was looking for. When I create the cut, I don't want to use a blind end condition to define a specific depth because I want the cut to come up to this edge. I'll instead use the up to vertex end condition. This allows me to select either a point or an edge as the end condition for this cut. This allows me to build in design intent and is a much more robust way of modeling because no matter what happened to the size of the block in the future, this cut will always go just up to the edge. There is one last feature necessary to finish up this part: the fillets that go around the 4 corners. I'll add them using a single applied fillet feature. I'll select the edges, and remember, you can select the edges through model geometry and set the radius to 1/2 inch. I'll click OK, and the part is complete.